Yes, you can get shredded over 40. I've done it and I'm doing it again. And I'm going to tell you exactly how I did it the first time and what I'm doing this time that will get me there a lot faster. Stick around. Contrary to popular belief, it's not impossible to get shredded after 40. I've done it. Is it a little bit harder than if you were to do it in your 20s? Yes, of course, it's a little bit harder. It's a little bit harder than your 30s. Yeah, it's a little bit harder, but not that much harder. To be honest, one of the mistakes that I made that you should avoid making first is thinking it's impossible. Because believe it or not, I made it there and I wasn't even trying to make it there. It just happened through a series of lifestyle changes. So not to give you a bunch of fluff, one of the first things that I did was I incorporated walking. I'll post the data. I started walking. I started doing like 7,000 steps a day, trying to get to 10,000 for like a week. I just did 7,000 just to get through a week of walking. And then I started doing 10,000. And then what I decided was if the minimum or that I was trying to do was 10,000 a day and I could probably get it in a day, how much more would I get if I did 10,000 first thing in the morning? So what I did is I sacrificed a little sleep. I went to sleep a little bit earlier. I woke up about an hour earlier than I normally would. I had everything prepped. I had my clothes ready to go and I got up and I went for a walk. So when I got up in the morning, I put on my clothes, I brushed my teeth, I drank some lemon water, and then I went for a walk. I put on a podcast, then I went out for a walk. Listening to podcasts and stuff like that helps the time go by. Sometimes I listen to prayers, sometimes I pray. I think the first couple of times I did podcasts and then I would just like listen to prayers, or then I would just pray and, start my day off with positive thoughts. And each day it got easier. Yeah, the first week I would probably get a little bit sore after because I wasn't used to walking like for that duration. My body got used to it after like about a week, 10 days, and I was no longer getting sore. And it just felt like I was covering the same distance and I was just getting faster at it. So what I did is after a month of doing 10,000 steps a day, I upped it to 12,000 steps a day. Not a day. When I say a day, I mean in the morning. My goal is 12,000 per day, but I was doing it in the morning. So I set myself up for success because what I did was I was hitting my goal before most people woke up. And then the third month, I went to 15,000. So each time I went up a few thousand steps, I would have to wake up a little bit earlier. So 10 minutes of walking at a decent pace will probably get you 1,000 steps. So by the time I got my peak at 15,000 steps a day, I was probably walking for like an hour 45 in the morning. But lucky for me, it was summertime, so I didn't have to deal with like a lot of traffic and stuff like that because I was walking on sidewalks. School's out, everybody's sleeping in, go for it. So while I was doing that, once you do something active in the morning, it kind of sets your tone for the day as far as eating and nutrition because you don't want to mess it up. You put in the work. You want to see the results. It's not like you ate bad for the day and then you're going to the gym trying to undo what you did for the day. So it's like you start on a positive mode. Your mind is more alert, your body's awake, and you're like, okay, cool, I'm ready to attack the day. So I did that for a while, but also what I ended up doing was I kind of cleaned up my eating. There was a while, there was a period. I tried 21 days. For 21 days during this time, I decided to not eat any sugar or any processed carbs. It was kind of like trying veganism. I did that. I ended up losing 21 pounds in like the first 14 days or something like that. Mind you, I walked in the morning, but I also lifted in the afternoon. So I was still lifting weights. So it wasn't like I just started walking. I tell you that to tell you this. If you're trying to lose fat, walking is, of course, lifting weights can help you build muscle, but you got to keep your muscles active to create the demand for them to need to consume something. And they'll need to consume fat. So the fat doesn't get on you overnight. So it's not going to come off overnight. So you have to do like steady state cardio, like walking, even jogging, but not a full-on sprint, something that at a nice pace, even cycling for a while. Just keep going. And what I discovered is that consistency had a compound effect. And then there were days where I got to the point where I didn't need to walk. I got to a point where I didn't need to walk because I was shredded. But the consistency was already built and I enjoyed the walking. So it's become part of my lifestyle where I just go walk. And a lot of times people will ask me, and it happened to me last night. I was in the gym working out and I saw someone I haven't seen in a long time, a young lady and her cousin. You know who you are. And she asked me, how can she lose fat? I told her walking. Most people, I don't want to say most people, I don't want to judge. A lot of people know what to do, but they'll keep asking until you give them the miracle answer. Hey, I took this pill. I took Ozempic. I did this quick thing, insert quick thing here, and I got shredded. That's what everyone's looking to hear. Doesn't happen like that. If it is, it's going to come at a cost. Ozempic is going to come at a cost. Yeah, it just came out, but you don't know the long-term effect of it. You can jump on steroids, but you still got to put in the work. It's going to come at a cost. So if you want to do something that's not going to cost you your health down the road or your life, do something natural. Go for a walk. So also, one of the other things that I learned when it came to losing fat is not only just the calorie deficit, it's also it's definitely what you intake. Don't take processed foods in. So if you ingest something that's ultra processed, what ends up happening is your body digests it really quickly. Then it has all this energy that you're being sedentary that you don't need to use. Now, guess what? Your body got to store it. What's it going to do is going to store it as a form of glycogen in your muscles. And if there's already glycogen there, it's going to store it in the liver. And if it's already there, the liver has to convert it to fat to store it for later. That's why when you put on pounds, it always happens in your abdominal cavity first. It fills up your abdominal cavity. That's why you see people who are skinny fat. And then if you really, really continue to go, then it starts going into your extremities, and that's when you start getting obesity. All the fat is just stored energy. I know there's a movement for like body positivity and all that. Yeah, I believe so. Yes, believe, be positive. Love your body the way that you are, but love yourself enough to improve. Don't say, I'm fat, love me as I am, and continue to start shoving lasagna down your throat when you're putting your health at risk. It's 2025. Most of the people you follow on social media are trying to influence you to do something. And a lot of them are trying to influence you to do things that they don't even do. Try my workout to get shredded, but then behind the camera, they're injecting steroids. Or, hey, I bought a bunch of stuff online. Meanwhile, they go return it. Stop looking at what everyone else is doing and run your own race. Or walk your own path. Walk your own path and you're going to get there. I feel like I rambled on too much, but you know what? I'm going to try something different. Let me cut to some just random footage of me being not shredded and then me being shredded. So that way you can understand what I'm talking about. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
Everyday muscle, get stronger, get going. Heart of a king, I've been flexing all dawn. Power from the hustle, no shortcuts, no cheat. Everyday muscle, rise up on 2 feet. Stacks on the bar, let the metal plates clang. Beast in the cage, let the victory bang. Mirror don't lie, see the